Welcome back. Once again, Jane Sleight-Leach here, and this is the Create Peace and Balance Workbook Guide video series. So we're on to now video 4, and we're going to get into how often and how are you going to set up your practice of using EFT. So I'll just go to our workbook once again and share the screen. There we go. Okay, so keeping a record of your tapping. There's actually a couple of ways that you can use EFT in your everyday life. You can use it as a self-help tool every day when you find yourself in a moment where you need a little bit of empowerment, you need a little bit of a release, you need to calm yourself down, you might have experienced something that has upset you, or you've become angry, some emotion that's come up in some way that is uncomfortable, and you would like to release it, deal with it in a little more effective and calm way than letting it kind of build throughout your day. So you can use it in those moments when emotions are particularly high or you have pain, and you can just do it in the moment. You have that tool to be able to use and utilize it whenever you want. And that's very empowering, that you know that you've got something that you can use anytime you need to. The other way to use EFT is how I've set it out here in the workbook. And this is a very, very powerful way of keeping your balance throughout the day, maintaining your equilibrium, and creating yourself a maintenance routine to be able to really enforce and really bring about your self-care and really focus on your self-care. So working and calming your nervous system periodically through the day or every few days, excuse me, is a really, really powerful way to manage your stress levels ongoing. So for example, if you were to not clean your teeth until they turn black and were starting to fall out, wouldn't be a very good, really, strategy to leave it to that point to go to the dentist and do something about it. You clean your teeth every day to keep them clean and maintained, keep them in check, and make sure that everything's clean and healthy and functioning. So this is how we can approach using EFT for our emotions, our nervous system, our stress levels, and our general well-being. Now, as we know, the EFT works on the amygdala, so it's constantly will be regulating. If we're using it through the day, it'll be constantly working on those fight and flight responses, any of those stresses that come up regularly, it will be starting to regulate those. So this is all about choice and how you want to fit it into your day, basically. I'm not here to tell you this is how you should do it. It's all about you taking responsibility and finding your own way and your own comfort level with it, and how it's actually going to fit into your day, and you know how you can make it work alongside everything else that you do for yourself. We've all got jobs, we've all got work, we've all got responsibilities, we've all got things that are taking up our time during the day. But it is very, very important to balance all of those tasks and responsibilities with taking that time for ourselves to be able to focus just on ourselves, our inner needs, our well-being, and those stress levels that are inevitably ongoing. So take a look at the first section here. How long would you realistically have to spend during the day to do a little bit of tapping? And to not necessarily focus on something that's present for you, you can if you want to, but to just tap for the sake of it. Because even if you're not really focusing on an issue, it's doing something to calm your system down, to soothe your nervous system, to calm all that hormonal balance, to bring everything back into equilibrium. So do you have a spare 5 minutes? We can usually find a couple of minutes during the day where we've really got nothing to focus on. You might be waiting in the car to pick the kids up. You might be in the shower. You might be waiting for the kettle to boil. You might be on a break at work. There'll be some time at some point during the day where there's 5 minutes and you can just sit and go. You can even just feel into what you're thinking and feeling right in this moment. You might be, I don't know, feeling stressed about something at work, or you might be wondering, what the kids have been up to at school today. It could be, you might have a headache. Someone might have cut you off in the traffic and you're feeling still a little bit anxious about it. Feel into what is going on for you in that moment. And just focus on that and do a couple of rounds. And you'll feel your body just come back into balance. If you can do 15 minutes, even better. Doing a couple of rounds at the start of the day, even while you're still in bed, to shake off the nighttime, the sleepiness, the drowsiness, before your energy really kicks in, you can start to really build that energy before your day and set some intentions as well about how you want your day to unfold. Focus on, the positive aspects of what you want to think and feel during your day. Even though I've woken up tired, I'm here to activate my energy. I'm choosing to activate my energy. So first thing in the morning and last thing at night, before you go to sleep, tapping is very powerful. Calming that nervous system down and the racing thoughts down before you go to sleep is very, very helpful in actually helping you to fall asleep and go into those deeper sleep resting states. If you can spare the 45 minutes, 30 minutes, anything in between, really, anything over 15 minutes, if you've got time to sit and do some full rounds and go, deeper into what you want to focus on, certainly do that. However much time that you can manage to fit in is going to be absolutely beneficial for you. So identify your issue, whatever it is you want to work on. As I said, you don't have to necessarily have a specific thing. If it's just a 5-minute little sit down and let's do it. But work out if there's something specific, something that's happened earlier on in the day. You can jot it down in this space here and come back to it later in the day to actually work on it. But sometimes if we have something that's happened during the day and we don't get a chance to release it, something else will come along and build up on it. And by the end of the day, you'll find the smallest little thing will set you off and you might have a, tanty or a yell at someone or frustration or, some kind of anger expressing itself because of all of those little things that are built up through the day. We can diffuse them through the day by just tapping a few minutes, even a minute, as they occur. So if there's something that has occurred during the day that you haven't managed to get to, just jot it down and come back to it. And during your time that you've allocated for yourself, you can come back and work on that. Sometimes we forget about it, but it still sits in our system. It still sits there in our energy field, creating its vibrations and causing a little bit of upset for more upsets later on to build on. So how often will you be able to create yourself a little routine like this? Will it be daily? Be great if it could be daily, even if it's just in the morning, at the end of the day. Weekly or monthly. If you are doing something, it's going to be beneficial for you. What's something that you could think about tapping on, or even, connect with someone to help you work through this is any resistance that you have to tapping. So what might be going on if you decide, oh, I'm not going to do that today. I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. Is it even working? If you've got any kind of resistance to doing it coming up like that, that's definitely something to take a look at and work on. So as I said, spacing your day, wherever that might be, just you can jot these down just as a reminder for yourself. And you know, if you want to keep a copy of this in your handbag or in your laptop case or just somewhere that you're going to be able to see it on a regular basis, just to remind you and jog your memory that, oh, yep, or, you know, even scan it and put it in your phone, put it as a reminder in your phone. So the space in your day, regular times, a regular spot during your day that you're going to be able to easily remember and come to. If it's, you know, your lunchtime, it might be a couple of minutes after you finished your lunch, before you get back to your work. Just release what's happened, whatever has been through the morning, help your lunch to digest, and then move on into your afternoon nice and calmly. So what you can also focus on this point in this section of the workbook is you're doing this tapping and you're focusing on all of your stuff that is negative and what you want to let go of. You can also start to move into how do you want to feel. So especially first thing in the morning when you started to, you know, release the nighttime, your drowsiness, your rest, come out of that nighttime resting phase and into your day. How do you want to feel through your day? And you can choose. Today, I want to feel relaxed. If you've got a day off, you want to feel relaxed. If you've got a heavy work schedule, you might want to feel energized and focused. You might want to, you know, you might coming up to the weekend, you might want to feel joyful, excited. You might have something coming up that you want to really enjoy. So, and even if there's really nothing that you have got coming up and there's nothing that specific that you want to focus on as an event or something that's coming up, how do you just want to feel in general, just in your everyday? Balanced, peaceful, relaxed, calm, content. It is possible to actually use EFT in that positive sense and start to put these positive intentions into your practice. So especially, as I said, first thing in the morning, bring these in. As I let the evening go, my nighttime rest and relaxation, and I move into my day. I'm choosing to feel balanced and relaxed. I make this my intention and my focus. And play with it. You know, you can't actually do anything wrong with this. Just play with it, feel into it, get creative with it. You might want to feel creative. That might be something that is, you know, part of your work. And yeah, you can absolutely move into those beautiful, positive states of being and put some focus on that. And step 3 there, your results. How are you feeling? Not just straight after your EFT sessions, your rounds that you're doing, but how are you starting to feel in general over a period of time? So pay attention to if you were the sort of person that would be quick to anger, that might fire off, you know, if something, say, because someone cut you off in traffic, you might have a little bit of an angry response. You know, has that changed? Do the kids annoy you as much? Are you not as impatient as you used to be? Just start to notice any changes, any responses that you might be having that feel different to how you would typically have handled things or responded. So we'll leave that there. That's quite quite a one to actually absorb. So you can come back and rewatch this anytime you want, obviously. And yeah, I find this a really helpful little section of the workbook just to kind of be proactive, create a strategy, prioritize your well-being, and actually slot time into your day to start taking care of yourself, your nervous system, your thoughts, your feelings, your responses to the world, and create that sense of peace and balance everywhere you go. All right, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much. And I'm going to stop sharing, come back to the main screen, and I'll see you in the next video.